Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So on this video I'm going to show you how I got to color grade this image and also how I did frequency separation, which is retouching this image. So in other words, I'll just say I'm going to show you how I got to edit this photo from start to finish. So without wasting much time, let's just get to it. So once you drag a raw image from camera to Photoshop, this is how it's going to show. It's going to take you to camera raw. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to start color grading it first in the camera raw. So I'll come to this exposure. You can see the image is looking a bit kind of dark. So I'll take the exposure up a bit. So I will not really take it much. So just a bit is okay. So once I keep it right there, I'll come to this contrast. So I'll add contrast to it, like +5 is okay. So for this highlight, I'll take it down to -100 first of all, and also the shadows I'll take it up so you can brighten the image a bit. So for the white, if I take it down to this part, you see, if I take it here, so I want it to be kind of +3. So for the black, I'll take the black to -9. So I'll come back to this exposure and I'll take it up a bit. So I think that's so much. So I'll keep it at this. So I'll come and add clarity +8. For the texture, we'll just adjust 1. So once I'm done with the basics, I'll go to the next place. I'm going to use the color mixer. So I'll just click on it. I'll come to this saturation. So for the red, there's no much red on this pic. Okay, so you guys can see how it is. I was even thinking there's no red, so I'll just take this red to +6. Then for the orange, the orange is actually the skin tone. Sorry. So I'll just take this orange to +8. The yellow, I'll just ignore that. And for this, I'll just add a bit. So I'll come to this hue, so I'll just add a little bit magenta to the skin. So once I'm done with that, I can just proceed by hitting OK. But first of all, let me just add an effect that will just darken the round part on this image, which I'll come right to this effect. So I'll just add black. So once I'm done with that, a quick one, let me show you guys the before and after of this. So I'll just click on my keyboard Q to demarcate between how it was looking before and how it's looking now. So you guys can see this is the before and this is the after. So you guys can see the transformation. So once I'm done with this first step, I'll hit OK. So after hitting OK, I'll just let it to load like this. So after loading, this is how it's going to appear in Photoshop. So I'm just going to start retouching this image right now. So what I'm to do, as you guys know, I'll just duplicate this background layer. Then I'll be using my action, one of these. I'll be using the frequency separation 8-bit to retouch this image. So if you're interested in getting this action, there's a link on the description on where to get this action. So I'm just going to come and click the 8-bit. So for the radius, I'll just take this to 0.1. Then I'll sample any part on the face of the model. So I'm just going to take this slide till when I can't really see the texture on this image. So I'll be checking it from here, not here. So it's at 5. So I'll just take this to 5.6 and I'll hit OK. So after hitting OK, I can now start brushing. So the high frequency layer is for the skin texture, while the low frequency layer is for the skin color. So if I'm taking off blemishes, I'm going to use this high frequency layer. So if I'm brushing the skin, which is the skin color, I'm using the low frequency layer. So I'll just head on to my mixer brush and also change this to a clean brush. The weight, I love using 30, the load 25, mix 30, and flow 25. So once all of that is checked, I'll just zoom into this image like this. So you guys can see there's no much blemishes, just a few. So I'm just going to brush this image just like this. So I'll just brush this. So you guys can see how I'm using the brush, and take note while brushing, this layer, the low frequency layer, will be highlighted, so you use that in brushing. So once I want to pick up blemishes, I'll use the high frequency layer, which I'm just going to come to the high frequency layer, then I'll click on the chrome stamp. Then the opacity, I love keeping it at 98, so I'm just going to pick the few blemishes like this. So just going to take it out like this. So there's no much blemishes on this image right here. So the few ones, I'll come back to the low frequency layer, then I'll come and pick my mixer brush, and also let me clean this. It's from the chrome stamp. So I'll come to the low frequency layer, then pick the mixer brush, then I'll just continue brushing this other part. So just like this. So for this nose, I'll enrich this, and I'll also do something right here. So I'll just brush it like this. You can see how I'm just being careful. So while you're doing your practice, you need to take time a bit to perfect the skin. So I'm just going to brush it just like this. And yeah, right, I'll just do the same. So I don't want to really take off all the blemishes. So for this part, these small ones here, I'll come to the high frequency, then pick on the mixer brush or the chrome stamp, sorry, and I'll just pick the few ones that are here. Now let me correct this part a bit. So once I'm done, I'll just brush it again, just a little bit is fine. So once I'm done with this face area, so let me show you this is the before and this is the after. So this is the before and this is the after. So after doing that, I noticed something right here, which is this nose part. So I'll just blend it. So let me show you guys the before and after. So you guys can see how it's looking. So I'll come to this area to smoothen it a bit. So once I'm done, let me just zoom out. So I'm done brushing this image right here. So the next thing to do, I'll just whiten my eye a bit, just a bit of it. So I'll just come to the lasso tool, which is here. I'll pick on the lasso tool, then zoom it in. So what I'm going to do, I'll just select the white area on the eye, and also our teeth too. You guys can see our teeth is not really looking yellowish. So I'll just take, so sorry, I'll highlight this. Make sure you come right here, and I'll just select it just like this, and also this part as well. So once I'm done, I'll click on the hue and saturation. So I'll just take this saturation to like 50. So a bit of it is fine. So the next thing to do is the skin tone. So I want to match the skin tone between this part and our face. So to do that, I'll be using the gradient map for that. So I'll just come down here to the gradient, and I'll select the gradient map right like this. So once you select your gradient, if it shows like this, you shouldn't worry about it. So I'll just change this method to classic, and I'll come and select the gradient right here. Then I'll close the visibility of it. So I'll come and click this part, and make sure I add another button right here, which I'm just going to come down here. So sorry, let me just come to this basics. It has been added already. So I'll just come to this location. I'll keep it at 50. So once keeping it at 50, this is what I'm going to do right here. Pay close attention. You see this first box right here. This is for the skin I'm just trying to illustrate something on how I'm going to apply this effect. So for the first box here is for the skin shadows. So you can see the dark part, this box will take care of it, and this other box right here will take care of the mid-tones, and this other last one will take care of the highlight. So let me start by clicking this. So once I click this first box here, I'll come to this color, I'll click on it, then I'll pick on the area on the face that is looking really dark. So once I do that, I'll just hit OK. Now I'll come here and hit OK. So you can see it has been added right here. So for these other mid-tones, I'll come to this other box, then I'll still come and click on the color. So I look for the mid-tones on this image, which is the face area. So you guys can see I've picked the mid-tones right here. So for the last part, which is the highlight, so I'll just come right to the color, then I'll pick the highlight from this nose. So I'll hit OK. So you guys can see I have the shadows, the mid-tones, and also the highlight. So once all of this is done, make sure the sample size is at 5x5. So once all of that is done, I'll hit OK, and I'll now come and open the visibility of it, and I'll change this to soft light. So after changing it to soft light, you can see how it's looking. It's looking really saturated. So I'll come to the layer mask right here, then I'll invert the layer mask. Then after inverting the layer mask, I'll come to my brush, I'll pick on the brush, make sure the opacity is at 100 and flow at 100. So you just right click and set this hardness to 50. So once all of that is done, make sure the foreground color is on white so I can unveil what's on the black layer mask. So I'll just start painting just to add the effect to this image right here, just like this. So you guys can see it's really looking really bad, so but you shouldn't worry about it. I'll fix it. So just pay close attention so you really learn from it. So I'm just painting like this. Just make sure you are really careful while doing this, because any small mistake you do, let it apply on the lips or the eye, you will end up ruining your image. So you need to be very careful. So I'll just come to this other area, then I'll just paint it just like this. So I'll just paint it. So after painting this, I'll come back to this gradient map, then I'll come to the opacity to fix it. I'll come to this opacity, then I'll reduce it till when I'm satisfied with the effect. So let me show you the before, and this is the after. So this is the before and after. So I'll be using 25. So let me just change this to 25. So I'll be using 25 for the opacity of it. So a quick one, this is the before and this is the after. So this is the before and after. So when I'm done with that, you can see this area on this face is really looking really dark, but you can see it's actually these shadows. But also I need to brighten it a bit, just a bit is fine. So I'll just select it. So when you want to brighten, just make sure you select it and add the right fader to it. So I'll just right click, then I'll click on fader, then I'll fader it to 77. So I'll hit OK, and make sure the gradient map is always on top of the if you want to play with the brightness, all those stuff, so make sure it's under the gradient map like that. So I'll just add a little bit brightness so you guys can see the fader, but it's looking as if I brighten this part a bit. So I'll just come to this other mask here, then I'll also come and fader it here so you guys can see the edge of it. So a quick one, this is the before and this is the after. So it's looking nice right like that. So I'll just group this and I'll name this layer right here skin tone. So you guys can see this is the skin tone correction. So So you guys can see how it's looking right like this. So the next thing, the lips is really looking white, so I'm just going to darken the lips a bit. So after selecting, I'll right click again, then I'll change this fader to 10. I'll hit OK. So I'll come to the curve, then I'll reduce. So when I see it's looking nice like this, is okay. And I'll just show you the before and the after, so you guys can see how it's looking nice at this point. So the next thing I want to do is, if you come to this image after the skin tone correction like this, it has darkened some, you can't really see the highlights and the dodge and burn. So I'm not going to go into the dodge and burn, but I'll show you a simple step which I can use to still have the dodge and burn. So I'll just pick on the lasso and select it just like this. So I'll just do same to this part, then also to the forehead. So I'll just come and select this part also small a bit. So I'll just right click and also fader it to 55. So once I'm done with that, I'll come to the brightness and contrast. So I'll add brightness like 7. It's not really looking nice, so I'll just add 9. So let me show you the before and after. So I'll just change it to 12. Let me use 11. So after that, I'll bring this down here. So this is the before and this is the after. So you guys can see I've made the image come back to looking so you guys can see the highlight, the dodge and burn. So this is how I got to do it. So the next thing is actually the final color grading. So to color grade this image, I'm just going to use one of my loads. So if you're interested, you can still check on the description to click on the link to get this load right here. So before that, I'll just create another layer. So I'll just match everything I've done by just pressing Shift Alt Control E to create a new layer. So on this new layer, what I'm going to do, I want to change this white on this background to something like blue to make it look nice. So I'll pick on the quick selection. So after picking on the quick selection, you can see on top here is showing select subject. So I'll just click on it. So after clicking on it, I'll wait for it to load. So after loading, you see it has automatically selected this image, but I will need to do some correction on that. So I'll just come here, then I'll also add this part. It didn't add this other area. So for this other side, I'll just come and perfect it like that. So after that, I'll zoom out. So to invert this selection to the background, I'll just click on my Shift Command I to invert it. So let me zoom out and show you. So after inverting that, I'll come to the color balance here and I'll shift this adjustment to this part. Then I also add a little bit of blue. So this is the before and this is the after. So I'll just take this to 21. So you guys can see the before and after of it. So the next thing to do is just the final color grading, which I'm going to add a load to this picture right here. So I'll come here, then I'll just click on the color lookup table. So after clicking that, I'll come to the load 3D load and I'll click on load 3D load. So you just locate where you have your load. So mine, I have it right here, which is the loot 1, 2, and 3. So if you're interested, you can just click on the link on the description. So I'm going to use the first one. So whichever works for me, I'll go on with that. No, let me try the second one. Sorry, I'll still use the same color lookup table. Then I'll just click on it and I'll try the 2. Let me also try the 3 so you guys can see. Sorry. So you guys can see that the loot is really amazing. So I'll just click on it. And you see how it's looking right now. So I'll go with this one. But after adding this loot right here, you can see the image is still looking kind of dark. So I'll just reduce the loot to 80. I'll click OK. So down here, I'll pick on the brightness and contrast. I'll add the brightness to 7. So the contrast, I'll just add 1. So for the curve, I'll just take the curve a bit up, just so this image can look bright. So after that, you can see how the loot really fits in this image right here. So for the color grading, let me group it and show you the before and after. So I'll just name this color grade. So I'll just, this is the before and this is the after. So the before and after. So this is how I got to edit this image, starting from color grading it in Camera Raw to the final stage. This is how I got to do it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this video is helpful. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more helping tutorial videos. And make sure you click on this video right here to show you the basic and the advanced way of retouching your image. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.